Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 11th, and I'm Austin. And today we are looking at Bitcoin. As we all have seen in the space, that there's been a big dump in the Bitcoin price, as well as quite a few other markets. So today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, an altcoin, and a few stock market charts just to see and compare what is going on and try to maybe get a estimate about what is going to happen next. Now, I want to remind everyone this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and hopefully that you all can find some value in this. Now, to start this out, we're looking at Bitcoin here, and it's sitting at around $81,000, $82,000. And this is just here over the last couple of days, a big drop in price. We're looking at the weekly chart, so just in the last couple of days, it's taken a big drop when it was up near its all-time high in the hundreds of thousands not too long ago. Now, the last bull run we all know was this time here. We had a big altcoin season. We had a nice retrace here, and then a new all-time high, and then it retraced down for a while, coming back up to its all-time high just over 100,000. Now, I was going through so looking at the S&P 500, I found a few instances where we can compare previous historic lows to what we're experiencing today. So if we go back to 2020, and Q1 historically is always slow for the stock market, which means it's also going to be slow for cryptocurrencies. They typically correlate. So here in February of 2020, which is the start of a new administration in the United States, we saw a big retrace here and then a nice push up. Now, here we have another push up and we're seeing a big retrace, and it's almost mirroring what happened down here. So this could drop down a bit more as markets are a bit volatile. We don't know what's going to happen in trade wars. There's a lot of news that comes out that says Trump is going to do this, he's going to do that, but it changes often. So that leaves a lot of volatility in the markets, and people don't like volatility. They take their money out and they put it into things. Now, one thing I want to point out is with the S&P 500 and, for example, also the NASDAQ, Bitcoin, we see a big drop in price. Now, I want to point something out here that gold is going up in price. We can see here it's going up in price, and that is because gold, stocks, and gold, if you compare it to stocks and crypto, there is an inverse relationship. So stocks and crypto go down, gold goes up. Gold is a hedge against risk, so people feel that their money is more safe and can beat inflation if it's stored in gold. Now, as we saw here with the S&P 500, oops, get out of that. As we saw here with the S&P 500, we saw a big retrace at the start of an election year, and we're experiencing the same thing again. Now, if we take a look at the NASDAQ, and if you're not familiar with the NASDAQ, it is basically mainly a summary of tech stocks, mainly in the tech sector. Tech sector is getting hit pretty hard. There was a big push with AI last year, a lot of innovation coming out, a lot of startups, a lot of money pouring into the tech space. And now that the innovation has somewhat plateaued, so people are taking their money, taking their profits out, in addition to a lot of the speculation that comes with global policy, with the U.S. administration and how it's going to affect everyone else. So NASDAQ experiencing something very similar to the S&P 500. Bitcoin we already went through. As you can see here, again, it's pretty much mirroring what's going on with tech stocks. So Bitcoin, crypto, they tend to move together. And then looking at gold is going up, and now we're going to take a look at an altcoin here, Solana. So Solana is one of the big ones right now because of meme coins. That's why there's so much volume in this space. That's what drove this price up significantly last year, up to a high of $265 not that long ago. Just in early January, it was up this high, and now there's a massive retrace down to what's now at 124. Now, what's interesting is this seems like it's a pretty solid support. It's bounced off this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe about 7 times, 6 or 7 times it has bounced off this support level. Now, there's a lot of variables, obviously, that are driving this price up and down, and a big one right now is just the news headlines. Although we're getting a lot of bullish news, such as a lot of large companies coming in and trying to provide investment vehicles for ETH and Bitcoin, a lot of bullish news about that, money coming into the space. However, it seems like it's not, the news that's coming out of the U.S. government and what they're planning to do with global trade, as well as just uncertainty about global conflicts, the wars, that seems to have a bigger impact on price at this time. Now, what I do worry about is that if it breaks the support, it could continue to drop down much, much, much further. So if we saw here, the last really big support was down here, which is around the $10 to $20 range. I don't think it'll go that low. It could go as low as here, which is around the 88, high 80s, between 80 and $100 range. I think that it will find its bottom here, and then we might see a really big push up, because what's going to happen is it's going to mirror what happened here. We saw with the S&P 500, it's going to mirror, sorry, my brush isn't working. We're going to mirror what's happened here. It's going to be a big, violent drop, and then a nice push up for the next year or so. So overall, I am still bullish on this space. I think that there's going to be some more drops coming. There's definitely going to be a lot more volatility with rates coming out of the Fed, with how the global economy is going to be doing, with now just a new arrangement of tariffs, how things are going to be moving, and things like that. So I hope that everyone found some value here. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And if there's any content that you want to see specifically, please leave a comment and I'll be happy to get into that. So thank you and enjoy your Tuesday.